Hello guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to LetCode. In this video, we are going to learn about the concept called preserve authenticated state. It's a very simple concept, but at the same time, it's very useful, especially in automation. Let me give you an example. So we know that whenever we run a test script in any of the automation, whether it's Playwright, Selenium, Protector, or whatever it is, basically it's going to launch in the incognito mode. That means the browser doesn't store any of our data like the local storage or the cookies, right? Now let's take another example. When we have to run like multiple test script and the very basic the very basic first function is going to do the login. So once we do the login, then only we can get access of the application, right? Now for a few test cases, that's fine. We can write the login functionality and we can reuse that. But for multiple test scripts, of course, again writing the same login script might take some time. We can save that time as well with the help of cookies and the local storage. So that is what I meant here, like preserve authenticated state. That means we are going to do the login only once, and with the help of cookies and the local storage, we are going to preserve that, and we can use that in our existing test script. Let me show you how to do that. So we are going to do it in two ways. One is by the documentation, like we can use the codegen command so that we can do login manually, and then we can uh, get the local storage and the cookies, and then we are going to use that. Let me give you an example. So first of all, we'll go to our Control J, the command prompt, and then I'm going to say, or I can copy. So it's a very simple command. So command, so npx playwright codegen, we already have discussed about the codegen. This is basically to generate the code. So it will open a browser, whatever the action we are going to do, it is going to do the record, right? So same thing only. So npx playwright codegen, but here we are passing something additional, that is um, dash dash save dash storage and equal to auth.json. Auth.json is nothing but a JSON file we are going to create in our root of the project. Okay, and yeah, okay. Now if I give enter, it's going to bring up the browser, right? So let's see. Okay, so here you can see this is our browser, and this is basically the Playwright inspector, or also we can say like the Playwright debugger as well. Okay, so first of all, we'll go to canva.com. Unfortunately, Letcode doesn't store any of the cookies or the local storage. It basically use the Firebase authentication. So I'm not taking Letcode as example here, but of course, I think most of the applications have the cookies and the local storage concept. Okay, fine. So we'll go to this website, then we'll click on this login, and here I'm going to give my email ID. Okay, and then I'm going to do the login. Okay, once I enter the email and the password, I'm going to the login, and now here you can see that we have this my profile, right? So here you can see that my profile is there. So of course I have logged in. Now do not log out because the cookies will change. Okay, so don't log out. You can simply close this browser. Okay, that will again close, and it will close the inspector as well. And here you can see that we got something called auth.json. Okay, that is the file name we have given here. It can be anything, just user defined name. So here you can see that auth.json, and where it has some of the properties related to the cookies. The mandatory are basically the name, I mean not this one, the name, value. Yeah, both name and value are mandatory, other are optional, I believe. Okay, so we got the cookies, as well as we got some of the storage session like the origin, something like that. Okay, so like what is the website and what is the local storage it has used. So we got all the information, right? Now let's see how to use this. Okay, so I'm going to again use my terminal command prompt, or the VS Code integrated terminal, and then to open this, it's very simple. So same command only. So here we have to say like npx playwright, then we are going to say open, and then we are going to load this one. So to load this, we have to again use like dash dash load. So to save, we are going to use dash dash, dash dash save, and to load this, we are going to use dash dash load dash storage equal to the file path name. Okay, so it's going to be auth.json, and here I'm going to specify my domain or host. or the website. Okay, so Canva sorry, it should be not canva.host, it should be canva.com. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So now this is going to open my canva.com, but it's going to be opened in the logged in state because already we have the storage session and the cookies as well, right? So here you can see that I'm into the main page, and here you can see my profile as well, right? So this is fine. Okay, this is the easiest thing. We can do it in the CLI. Basically these are functions of Playwright CLI. Okay, now let's see how to use that in our existing code, or the test script TypeScript file, right? So here I'm going to make a test first, and then I'm going to say like just a name like Canva login. Okay, anything is fine, not a big deal. Okay, and then I'm going to say await page dot go to, and here we have to pass our application URL. That's going to be canva.com. Okay, and that's it. We are pretty much done with this, and of course I have to use the async, and we'll just wait for a few minutes so that we can see that, okay, whether we have logged in or not. But do you think this code is enough to do that? Definitely not, right? Because this is a normal script where we are using the website and we have a just timeout. Okay, but somehow we have to say like auth.json. Okay, so how to pass this file auth.json to this test? Basically we have to use the another fixture. So we are using page, but unfortunately we cannot do that with the help of page, because the storage, right, the state of the storage or storage state, we have to pass it to the context, not to the page. We have to pass it to the context. So instead of page, I'm going to bring my browser object here. Okay, so first of all we'll say like await, and then followed by browser dot new context. So we are going to create a new context here, and within the context we are going to use the storage state where we are going to specify the file path, that is dot slash then followed by auth dot json. Okay, very simple, easy. Okay, now I cannot use the page because of course we have removed from the fixture, as well as this new context is going to return me the browser context. Based on the browser context we are going to create the page. Okay, so here I'm going to say like const, and then followed by I can say like context, and then with the help of context I'm going to create the page. So await, and I can say like page equal to await, and here I can say like context dot new page. Okay, I believe you remember all this code. It's very simple. We have already used this several times, right? And it should be const, not await. Sorry for that. Okay, yeah. So what we did here is basically mostly in all our test script we use the page object directly, because page will just have the property like new page, and we can find the elements, we can click the elements, all stuff is fine. But before loading the page or opening the page, we have to set some properties to that, like cookies and the local storage. So for that we have to use the browser context. Basically with the help of browser object we can call this new context. That's going to give me the context. Based on the context I'm going to create the new page. It might look little confusing, but if you watched my all the videos like from the very beginning, I have say like what is new context, what is new page in detail, so definitely you will get it. Okay, now final touch, I'm going to check this. So we'll say like npm run test. Okay, and let's go to our playwright config, and here, yeah, we have this canva.test.ts, so of course it's going to run. Okay, let's go, and hopefully it should launch the browser with canva.com as a Kaushik logged in user. Let's see. Yeah, so here you can see canva.com and with my profile. Okay, so that's it. Very simple, and very simple actually. Okay, so that's it. Very useful, I believe. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to first use the code gen. You can get that in code as well. So what you can do is you can say like from the page you can say like let me show you that. Okay, so const page dot context, sorry, not const. Okay, so I have to use the page, right? So I can say like page, come on, page dot context, and that's going to give me the current context. Okay, so current context that belongs, and then from the context again, so I can store it like const city xt, and then I can use the city xt dot storage state. Okay, so this is going to give me all the it's going to return the state, right? For example, we have used the code gen function to store the authentication. If you want to do it from your script, of course you can use this. Okay, so I'll just comment it for your reference, and that's it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon. If you have any queries, please do let me know in the comments regarding this, and the source code will be available in my GitHub. Link will be in the description. Tata, bye bye, see you.